Ich habe lange überlegt, ob ich diesen Text schreiben soll und vor allem vortragen soll. Nicht, weil er zu persönlich für mich ist, denn die Geschichte ist nicht meine. Aber je mehr ich gelesen habe, je mehr Geschichten ich gesehen habe, desto schwerer wurde es einfach weiter zu scrollen. Besonders nachdem die Epstein-Files überall waren, zwischen Memes, Schlagzeilen und Kommentaren standen plötzlich echte Aussagen. Echte Kinder, echte Leben. Und irgendwann hat mich ein Gedanke nicht mehr losgelassen. Wie viele Menschen tragen Geschichten in sich, die nie laut genug ausgesprochen wurden? Die Antwort darauf ist erschreckend. Laut der WHO, World Health Organization, berichtet etwa jede 5. Frau und jeder 7. Mann in ihrer Kindheit sexualisierte Gewalt erlebt zu haben. UNICEF schätzt, dass weltweit über 370 Millionen Mädchen und Frauen vor ihrem 18. Lebensjahr vergewaltigt oder sexuell missbraucht wurden. Rechnet man verbale, digitale oder andere Formen von sexueller Gewalt auch dazu, sind es sogar etwa 650 Millionen. Ich habe keinen Kindesmissbrauch erlebt, aber vermutlich ist genau das der Grund, wieso ich heute laut darüber sprechen kann. Der Text heißt Honey isn't always sweet. You imagine something softer, something like honey, warm, golden, sweet. Something that stays where it's purred. Not this, she is 10, still small enough that her feet don't touch the floor when she sits on the kitchen chair. Still young enough to believe in adults when they say this is normal. He doesn't sound angry, that's the confusing part. His voice is calm. Like he's explaining rules to a game everybody else already knows. He calls it care, calls it trust, calls it something that shouldn't be questioned. And she doesn't, because children are taught that grown-ups are always right, even when something feels very, very wrong. So she learns how to go quiet before anyone asks her to, how to listen for footsteps like there are warnings, and how to leave without moving. At dinner, she pushes food around her plate, not hungry, not full, just not there. Her mother notices the silence, but not the reason. She says, "You're just tired." And maybe that's true, just not the kind of tired sleep can fix. Honey sticks. That's what no one tells you. When it falls, it clings to everything it touches, leaves a sweetness behind that doesn't taste sweet anymore. Shards. Time passes the way it always does, quietly at first, then all at once something shifts. A look held too long, a question asked too carefully, a truth that finally doesn't stay buried. And suddenly there are voices, too many. What happened? Why didn't she say something? How long? Questions that sound like answers already decided. The room changes shape, becomes smaller, becomes sharper. Like glass. Because glass doesn't just break, it reflects, and now everyone is looking. But not always at the right piece, not always at the right place. Somewhere in all of this, there is still a child trying to understand how something called love could feel like something she has to survive. You imagine something softer, something easier to hold, but some stories aren't honey. They're broken glass. Thank you.